Pauper is a format where you can only play commons, so decks only cost about 30 euros.
And we picked two of the most exciting decks you sent us, and we're gonna play them against each other.
Slime Against Humanity was the most sold card on Cardmarket when it came out.
You go first?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you to you too.
I wish you the best hand.
This is not, in fact, the best hand.
But I wished it.
Well, you should have
I wasted a wish on this.
This is not a genius situation where you rub a lamp.
Okay, draw your hand. I'll keep mine.
Okay, well, your wish came somewhat, but with one card less.
Yeah. Oh, I wished for you to have a good starting hand. I forgot to say a good 7.
As you can see from my opening hand, my deck oozes with Slimes of Humanity, which is the deck we're playing, a blue-green control deck sent in by Christoph, and it's all about making bigger and bigger oozes and preventing my opponent from doing anything else. Okay, I will play a Remote Falls tapped and pass the turn.
Wow, it's a dual land. Today we're playing a really spicy list that was sent in by Elvis the Half-Dane. Now if you look in my hand, there's an interesting card that's called Presence of Gond. It's a 3-mana enchantment, and all it does is when you tap it, the creature that it's enchanting, you put a 1/1 elf into play. Now that's a little bit innocuous, but there's another card in my deck that makes this pretty sweet. It's Midnight Watch. It's a 2/3 creature that reads whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you untap it, meaning you could attack and then block, who knows, whatever. In this case, it's not what we're doing. We're never attacking with it, because if you put Presence of God on Midnight Guard, you basically win the game. Because you tap it, you create a 1/1 elf. The 1/1 entering the battlefield makes the Midnight Guard untap, which you can then tap and create another 1/1. And then untap it and you create infinite 1/1s. I'll play first. It doesn't ender tapped. Unfortunately, it doesn't tap for blue. It's okay, I don't need blue. I'll play Estus Warden. It's a 1/1, and every time a creature enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life. Even on your side.
I don't think that matters that much, but I'll play an island and pass the turn.
Are you playing Turbo Fog? Oh, that would be very cool.
Don't worry about it. You know,
I'll draw. I'll attack for 1.
that's rude.
Take it. And we've come here to chill. I'll play. Mine also taps for 2 colors. It's gonna return this forest to my hand.
I love those lands.
Oh, they're so good. Go.
All right, at the end of turn, I will play Consider. Oh, well, that goes into the graveyard. But it also gives away my strategy, but I need to do it. It's a Slime Against Humanity. For 3 mana, create a 0/0 Ooze token with Trample.
Ooh, that's actually scary.
Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is 2, plus the total number of cards you own in exile or in your graveyard that are oozes or named Slime Against Humanity. A deck can have any number of Slime Against Humanity. So I don't want this, so I draw a card.
You don't want it. Oh, I must be the only one in your deck then.
Yeah, no, I have 3 more. And I will play another Consider.
Oh, very good.
So let's
Ooh, I see the synergy.
Huh? Do I want this? You know what? It doesn't really benefit me in the graveyard. So I will take it. Okay. We have done. I want it. And draw. I love playing cards where you can play multiple offs because you never fail to get them. Okay, let's play a Slime Against Humanity.
Oh wow, what a surprise.
So right now, I created an
It's a tree, but it's a oozy tree.
It's an ooze on a stick.
Yeah, it's an ooze on a stick.
So if you imagine the green one, it's basically oozing.
Yeah.
Okay, it gets 2 counters plus 1 more.
So it's a 3
Because I
turn.
have a Slime Against it with Trample. Cool.
I'll play forest. I'll tap a green and a white. I'll keep the white floating and put a Utopia Sprawl on my forest. It's an enchantment that will allow me to tap this land for an extra color, and that color will be red.
Okay.
I have a white floating. I will tap this for red and a green. I will use the green for another Utopia Sprawl. Oh, this land now taps for 3, and one of those is white.
So now it taps for Naya.
Yes, this one land taps for Naya. It's very good. And I'll use the 2 extra floating mana to play Joni into nowhere. It's an enchantment. I target a creature. I exile it until this comes back, but this is a token. It just never comes back.
My ooze.
Mostly, I just wanted to deal you 1 damage.
I kind of really don't have an idea what Carl is up to. I mean, he plays a lot of cards that look for other cards, so many impulses and redraws, so that kind of makes me feel like he's playing a combo deck as well as seeing Impact Tremor has something to do with creatures. My best guess would be he's playing Sprout Swarm, and then he eventually wants to make a lot of tokens and kill me. I don't know. But I feel like I need to save my counter spells for the important cards, which there don't seem to be many of, and then he can basically get all the card draw he wants as long as I can keep away the really important cards. Go.
It's an 18 turn game plan.
Throw a lot of hoops to deal me 1 damage.
I'll pass the turn to you.
Well, I've came here to do one thing.
Is it make slimes?
It is to make slimes. So,
Alright.
you fell into my trap because now it's a 4/4.
Big.
Can you already feel that you remove one and they come back even stronger?
Infinite slimes.
Yeah.
Can you already feel that my life total is getting bigger and bigger?
Just like my slimes. Let's see what matters more.
Let's see which can go faster.
You take 14, but I had 22 lions.
I'll untap. I'll draw.
It's funny how this card somehow has like this curve where when you're a kid or you start the game, it's like the best card ever. You get 1 life for each creature.
Yeah. How will you ever beat this?
And then you realize how not good that actually is.
And then suddenly, when people get really good, they know in which deck to put it, and suddenly this is very scary again.
Love it.
In this case, this was a mistake. I don't know why it's here.
It was, oh no, it was a mistake.
I'll tap for Naya, so white, red, and green. And I'll play a Ren's Resolve. I'll exile the top 2 cards of my library until the end of my next turn. I can play those cards.
So now you have a white left.
I have a white left. So I will reveal an Impact Traverse and a Plains. I will play this Plains. I do not have red for the... I can play it my next turn though. So I'll exile this here for now. And I regret my choices for my Utopia Sprawl. I will exile this one again.
No! You're just very rude.
Unfortunately, that card says you can play as many of you want in your deck. This one says I can only play 4.
But I might only have 1 left.
That's very likely.
You don't
yes.
know.
I'll attack you for 1. It's all just Journey to Nowheres and Essence Wardens.
Well, not changed much, except we have 1 more slime. Look at that.
That's 1 more counter. How big is it now?
It's a 5/5.
It's huge. I gain 1 life.
I feel like in this exchanges, I'm happy.
Not if I have 4 more Journey to Nowheres. Well, then I just lose the game for cheating.
You need 17 more if the game goes like this.
So you don't only have 3.
Well, let's say, I don't know, in Pauper, how many Journey into Nowhere variants you can play? You have probably a lot more, right?
Let's find out. I'll float Naya.
Oh no.
I will keep green up. Ren's Resolve. It'll join this pile. This is the pile that expires this turn. This is the pile that expires the next turn.
Oh.
I'll use a floating green
It's
to
good.
play Abundant Growth on my plains. It will allow it to tap for 1 mana of any color, and I'll draw a card. Pretty cool. Oh no, this is terrible right now.
Pretty cool. Oh no, it's terrible.
And then I'll tap this for red and float a green to play another Reckless Impulse. Which, oh no, sorry. It's not another Reckless Impulse. It's a Reckless Impulse. It's just basically another Ren's Resolve. I will put this Gruul Turf and this Reckless Impulse.
What are you looking for?
More Reckless Impulses, obviously.
Yeah, okay. So your deck is just Journey to Nowheres, Essence Warden, and the Reckless Impulses?
Yeah. So unfortunately, I will not get to cast this. It's exiled. It'll exile at the end of turn.
Yes.
This feels awkward because I just gave it a nice new suit.
Oh. Yeah, but
But I
it's
need
only
the red
thing.
land, and this is net mana. I will play Gruul Turf when it enters the battlefield.
Yes.
It enters tapped, and I return a land to my hand. I'll return this Plains to my hand.
Okay.
These are exiled next turn. I can still get to play them.
Okay.
And unfortunately,
Ah! Come on, try
this is
me.
the first time I don't
Try
get to
me.
attack you with my elf.
And you're not using the mana.
And I'm not using the mana.
The mana poofed.
The mana poofed?
I'm still not impressed.
What? I drew so many cards!
I mean, yes, I will start my turn by casting False Scout. So I mill 2.
Ooh, yes. Oh, another one?
Wait, I do play more than 4.
I'm onto you.
This would be a slot machine.
I
It would
see
be
what you're doing.
A jackpot symbol. And then I will attack you for the full 5.
I'll take the full 5. I go to 18.
How all your progress.
Wait till I gain 1 more life when you play another slime.
Unfortunately, it's your turn.
Do you not have mana? Or do you have counter spells in your deck? What else do you play instead of slimes? Just
Considers.
mill effects, right? First, I will punish you for your hubris. I'll attack you for 1. And then, I've got so many spells to play. I'm gonna start off. Green-red, Reckless Impulse.
That resolves.
Okay. I will exile the top 2 cards. Another Utopia Sprawl. Oh, look, another Reckless Impulse. I told you, it is the only thing I'm doing.
So, but eventually you have to show a card that actually makes sense, right?
Oh, this one. I hit you with it 16 more times. Okay. Well, speaking of showing you cards, I'll float Naya. I will keep a white floating and play a Ren's Resolve.
Okay, so you have a
This
white-
one expires this turn. Plains. Oh, Midnight Guard. What's that doing there?
Okay. You probably just play it for its stats.
Oh yeah, it's a 2/3. So I do realize that I was hoping not to draw that card immediately, because now that means if you do have a counter spell, you're keeping it up for the rest of the game. So let's just play some powerful spells. Speaking of powerful spells.
Explore.
Yes, how did you know?
There are more powerful spells than Explorers.
You look like someone with a counter spell. I will cast Explore.
Okay.
I'll just run powerful spells.
I see.
Play Explore. I get to play another land this turn, and I draw a card.
So you haven't played a land yet.
I have
Somehow
not.
we're still both in 3 lands, just your lands are way cooler than mine.
Oh yeah, my lands are very cool. Then I will play my 2 lands.
This is what Tron feels like.
Yes, except that taps for 7, and look at that!
I know.
I'll play a mountain. I mean, I need to start running out spells. This is a counter spell check of some kind. If you counter this, you have 2. I will attempt to cast an Impact Tremors. It's an enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent.
You know what? That's fine.
It's fine.
I feel like this is not the thing I have to be afraid of.
And then I do want all the mana, because I'm greedy. So I'll play a Selesnya Sanctuary. This will go back to my hand. And these are exiled. I can play them until my next turn.
At the end of turn.
Go ahead.
At the end of turn. I will cast a mental note.
Oh, so you didn't have a counter spell. You just had a few mental notes.
Maybe. Oh.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, really?
And draw. Kyle used his white Jedi Might magic to not make me count the Impact Tremor because he said, well, you need to have 2 counter spells, which was true. And then I said, okay, I don't really need to counter this, but he got in my hand. I didn't consider that I could use my mental note and then use it to draw a Spell Pierce and then actually Spell Pierce because, well, let's be honest, Spell Pierce doesn't do anything. But I thought, well, now what are the odds of actually drawing a Spell Pierce? Apparently 100%. On tap with my big ooze.
Oh, you can put me down to 13.
I will start off with another mental note.
Yes. Oh.
Accumulated knowledge.
Ah, no. Maybe this is a land.
Whee!
Oh, see, I knew it.
Very good.
You don't have a lot of green.
No, only for oozes. Attack for my ooze.
Yep.
Speaking of
13.
oozes, my deck oozes of mana.
It apparently does not.
It really does not, but it oozes of oozes. Go ahead.
You could tap out for an ooze, but you do know I'm playing a Midnight Guard this turn.
Fine.
Wow. I'll draw. I'll play a Plains. I'll tap Naya, which is red, green, and white.
Okay.
I will play from my hand this Abundant Growth. It allows me to tap for, yes, those are floating, any color mana, and I draw a card.
So now you have Gruul left.
I have Gruul left. I'm going to have to go for it. I will, get rid of the Gruul and attempt to play Midnight Guard, which is a 2/3, that whenever another creature enters the battlefield, I untap Midnight Guard.
Is your plan how basic?
My plan is to win 1 life and then deal 1 damage.
It's true. I don't think I can allow that. So let's say no.
That makes sense.
Counterspell.
So no triggers happen. Okay, well, back to game plan A then. It feels bad because it's so clean that I tapped for Naya, but I'll put a Utopia Sprawl on this land. Please don't destroy it.
Just make black, and then you have a goal for the future.
To tap for every color of mana with 1 land?
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
I'm sorry, this is not even good. This is too good. I'll name blue. Okay. So when just for context, I've showed Exodia. Whenever I tap this forest for mana, it adds 1 green, 1 blue, 1 white, 1 black, and 1 red to my mana pool.
If there would be like a side quest prize in Magic, you would get it.
Go ahead.
But unfortunately, you just get more damage. It's also a reward.
5 at a time.
Oh, okay. Now that's very convenient. We'll attack for 5.
I'll take 5. Ooh, it's getting. If you play another one, I'm starting to get in trouble, but I will gain 1 life. 2 turns. I'll untap. I'll draw. I'll play a Plains.
What?
Here, specifically. Everywhere, actually, because I'll tap this.
The domain country.
For all 5 colors of mana and magic.
Strong land.
Yes. I will use the red and the white. And I think if this resolves, I'll play Journey into Nowhere. And when it enters the battlefield, I exile target creature. Does it resolve?
Where does it go? Does it go to his ooze friends?
I think it goes nowhere.
Do they?
But the journey is what's important.
Okay. Well, I don't want to decline the journey, so it's just gone.
Okay. So I know it feels bad, but we're going to do the math here. And if we play our Presence of Gone on our Essence Warden, since Tarav's creature is now gone, Every time we tap Essence Warden, we'll gain 1 life, create a 1/1, and deal 1 damage. Now, if he just untaps and plays another slime next turn, through blocking and creating 1/1s, we just have a perfect window to... it feels terrible because we need our Essence of Gone to win the game on the spot, but since I feel we're at a moment where Todd doesn't have anything, this might be our only window. It's a weird play, but attacking with the 1/1s afterwards does mean we'll eventually deal enough damage. I have 3 mana floating. I will use it to cast Presence of Gond, which is an enchantment that gives the creature it's enchanting the ability to tap itself and create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token.
I suspected that would somehow happen.
It usually goes really well with Midnight Guard.
Yeah, why?
No reason. I will attempt to target Essence Warden with it. Like, if you have a counter spell, which I don't think you have anymore, but if you do, is this good enough? Or are these...
I don't know, you tell me.
Another Midnight Guard and a Presence of Gond.
You know what? So, I've countered the Midnight Guard, right? If I counter Presence of Gond, it's kind of countering the combo. It's too strong. It's basically a life and a damage and a top each turn.
Every turn, yeah. You'll still take 1. And I'll pass the turn.
All of this turned out much worse than I thought. Now you come. I will tap 3 mana and cast a slime. So, the key now.
This is gonna be a big count.
So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. And you're at 8. Oh.
Yee.
Alright, this resolves, and I get a... Look, the oozes just get stronger and stronger.
I gain 1 life. If I gain 2 more life somehow...
And I will play an island and pass it through.
You have 3 cards in hand.
Yes.
That's... Well, I'll play Forest. And I'll tap this for a Midnight Guard.
Oh, okay.
When it enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life and you lose 1 life.
Oh.
This resolves, right?
Yes.
So now if I block, and this is a Presence of Gond, you're in trouble town.
I am.
I will pass the turn.
Draw.
Yes.
Surprisingly, it is...
Is it a news?
It is a news.
I'm so good at guessing cards.
Alright, hit you.
I'll block.
So you go 2-1. And you know what? There's not much more to do than to make an 11-11 ooze, which I feel has less relevancy. But maybe you draw a turn into no.
But we don't care about the mountain in my hand. We care about this
It's
card.
always a Rent resolve at this point.
It's a redraw. It's a redraw. I will cast this Abundant Growth on my forest. I'll tap it for any mana. Most importantly, I'll draw a card. Okay, what happens if I cast it? I will attempt to cast a Presence of God?
Well,
Are you kidding?
I will counter it if everything goes right. So
I attempt to cast Presence of God on my Midnight Guard.
I will try to spell pierce it. Do you, by chance, maybe?
I believe I will pay the 2.
I will try to spell pierce it.
Is that a 3rd spell pierce?
No, but it doesn't.
I will pay the 2?
It resolves.
Really?
It does.
Okay, so let's walk. Wow. I will tap Midnight Guard. It will create an Elf Warrior creature token. When it enters the battlefield, I deal you 1 damage because of impact triggers, and I untap my Midnight Guard because a creature entered the battlefield.
That happened.
I will tap Midnight Guard to put an Elf Warrior creature token. When it happens, you take 1 damage and I untap Midnight Guard.
I still don't see any problem.
You might have noticed that I brought a lot of Elf tokens. I do this 12 more times.
Ow.
Wow.
So naturally we have to board up more counter magic because we play blue-green. We don't really have interaction at all with the board state, but we have interaction with the stack. So that means we have to counter the important spells, which luckily there are not many of. So either we counter the Presence of Gone with our many counter spells or now annuls, or we will destroy it and all the other auras with the Serene Heart once it's in the battlefield. I know it says a little bit weird text, all local enchantments, but that just means every aura and not something that is not an aura. Since the game really should take a little bit longer because we play so many counter spells, I can board out some Slime Against Humanities because my plan is actually maybe casting 1 or 2 early, but then casting them once I have counter magic available. So when I mill some, a 5-5 or 6-6 should be enough to win the game. Then again, we have Mental Note, Thought Scour, and Consider to dig 4 more lands. We kind of only need 3 to cast our first spells, so I think it's safe to sideboard some of those out.
How brave am I?
A general question or?
Oh yeah, I'll keep.
This is what I'm talking about. We have 2 islands, but also 3 spells, including a consider, that make us draw new cards. So it should be fairly likely to get to the 3rd land that is a forest, and then cast the slimes, and hopefully also find some counter spells as well. So this is just a very good hand. I'll play an island and pass the turn.
Very nice. I will play a mountain and pass the turn.
At the end of turn, with Thought Scour, putting the top 2 cards of
A null?
I want it down. And draw a card.
What a cool tech. A null.
I'll play an island and pass the turn.
I'll draw. I'll play a mountain and pass.
End of turn.
Yes.
No. One more.
Oh, I feel like I know what's coming next turn.
Pierce, slime. Ooh, at least 1 slime. Draw. And a consider.
Ooh, wow, you are really milling yourself. Maybe. You'll consider it.
And I draw. Now we have a problem.
It's like you sneezed and all your cards fell on the ground.
I'll play an island
Okay.
and pass the turn.
I feel like I shouldn't have told you that, because that makes this more likely to be countered. I'll cast a Reckless Impulse.
That results.
Woo! I'll exile the top 2 cards of my library. Oh.
Oh!
I may cast them until my next turn if I get very lucky with my lands.
Which you don't have? Ah, Pauper is a great first.
I will pass a turn.
We're Titans, okay? Draw. Ah, that's very good. Island, go.
Okay, I need to get lucky like last time. It's a land.
Oh, it's a mountain.
I will pass my turn.
This is high quality Pauper gameplay. No, okay, I will tap 2 to play Accumulated Knowledge.
Ooh!
So I draw a card, and then 1 more for each time it is in my graveyard, which is near 0.
So currently, you're cycling.
Yeah, but the next one draws 2. It's not the next one. We'll play an island and pass the turn.
Wow! Mono red versus mono blue, classic matchup.
I mean, it is kind of a classic matchup, right? Just not how we do it.
I will play an Impact Tremors.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, wait till I start playing creatures. Go.
I will wait. I probably
You will wait. Yeah, I feel like you'll be patient.
Okay. It's your turn. You know what the good part is?
You get to discard your oozes?
Yeah. I'm already looking.
Woo! Forest.
Oh, I don't like forest.
Okay, now it's time. I feel like you might counter this. Would you counter this? I will attempt to cast an Explore. I may play an additional land this turn and I draw a card.
Go.
It resolves? Go.
Forest! Middle note.
Oh, you can get a forest? No! Ooh, combo.
Okay, well, I will discard.
You go to discards. Oh yeah, you've got infinite oozes. I will draw. I need to dig. I'm gonna cast another Explore.
Yes, you may.
I draw. I can play another land this turn.
Which you don't have.
I'll play forest. And a Selesnya Sanctuary, bouncing back my mountain. And I will test you. Play Essence Warden.
That resolves.
You take 1.
Ow.
I don't think I need to do anything. I'll pass.
I will go to discard.
Really? Exciting Pauper magic over here, guys.
I'm just pumping up the slimes. Go.
I'll draw. You gotta start somewhere.
18.
See, it's like it gave it haste. Huh, you should have countered this. When you could. I'm going to play and explore.
Happens.
I draw a card and I can play an additional land. I will attempt to cast Abundant Growth on this mountain.
Okay.
It can tap for any color, I draw a card. I can still play an extra land. I'll play 1 land. I'll float a green and play a Reckless Impulse. I exile the top 2 cards of my library. I can play them until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
It resolves?
Yeah.
Oh. I exile this Abundant Growth and this Journey to Nowhere. Using the floating, I'll put it on his. I'll draw a card. I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
I feel like you're watching this weird show, like this very vague interpretative show where I'm just drawing cards and making my lands dress nicely, and you're just staring. You're clapping very slowly by adding 1 card to your hand every turn.
I will cycle lower and reveal.
Ooh, a tap land, but it's green and white. But it's green and blue.
It is. So, we'll get a Tangled Island,
Yes.
which is a forest and an island.
Okay.
And I will play tapped and pass the turn. Don't you wait for next turn.
Until you play a 6/6 ooze.
Yeah.
I know last game we played the Presence of God on an Essence Warden, but this game the math does not line up, especially if Tav just untaps and played 2 oozes. So we have to get lucky in this draw. I think this is the best window I'll ever have. So I feel like we're gonna try.
I mean, there are a lot of windows. So the best window is quite nice. Imagine you have a...
Of all the windows in the world, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I will attempt to, I'll just go for it. I'll attempt to cast a Midnight Guard.
I will counterspell the Midnight Guard.
I will Pyroblast the counterspell.
That happens.
Does the Midnight Guard resolve?
I will counterspell the Midnight Guard.
That's frustrating, but that happens.
Okay. I see we have a good agreement.
I will cast a Ren's Resolve.
Okay.
I exile the top 2 cards of my library.
Just nothing.
Oh, this is not as fun when you know about it.
Also, it would have been much better before.
It would have been so much better before. Oh, that feels bad. I'll play this mountain. I'll attack you for 1,
Okay.
and I'll pass.
So your journey to nowhere goes actually
Nowhere.
journey to nowhere. Ironic. I will draw. I have green mana.
Ooh.
That means
You're
it's slime time.
It is!
This is a 2/2 plus 3, so it's a 5/5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a clock. I gain 1 life.
Well, that was what I saved up for, so it's your turn.
I don't get to use my Pyroblast yet. It's still exiled. I will. Top 2. For a Reckless Impulse. Exiling the top 2. I can play them until my next turn.
Please, nothing relevant.
Ren's Resolve, Utopia Sprawl.
I hate redraws.
I will tap 2 for a Ren's Resolve. Same thing. Let's go again.
Okay, it's still a redraw.
I'll tap 1 for an Abundant Growth that I'll put on this forest. I'll draw a card. I've been doing so much, and I don't feel like we're getting anywhere. Okay, well, I can still defend it. I'll play this Plains. I will pay green-white and attempt to Journey to Nowhere your ooze.
It's this again, huh?
It's this again, yes.
It's gone.
I'll just hope to top deck like a champ. I'm gonna put this Utopia Sprawl on this forest. Whoop. So it can now tap for an extra, I don't want to keep track of it. Red. And I'll hit you for 1. What are you gonna do with your single green mana?
Ooh. I will tap a blue and cast a mental note.
Oh, my Pyroblast.
1, 2.
Ooh, is that the 4th one?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, but if you draw 1, it's gonna draw you 4 cards.
You know what? It does.
Do you have one right now?
Maybe. Maybe I've been saving up. Do I want that? I think discarding is actually beneficial. Yeah, let's draw 4
Oh,
cards.
you did it!
1, 2, 3, 4.
How does it feel?
Slimy. Okay, my friend. I think my best chance is to give
To
you
play a slime?
the best window of opportunity you will ever have. And I will play slime.
Yeah, I gain 1 life.
So this one is now
Let's have a slime count.
a 6/6. I have 4 slime against humanity cards, and I will play a Rimwood Falls, which is a forest island.
So next turn you can play 2 slimes.
And then I have 7 cards. Oh, I want to discard. No.
I will tap for green and put an Abundant Growth on the forest I tapped. Oh no, I have mana. I'll draw. That's unfortunate.
That's fortunate.
I'll play this. I'll return the plains to my hand from the Selesnya Sanctuary. I can't even attack. I'll play another Utopia Sprawl on the Utopia Sprawl lands. And I'll pass the turn.
I think my slimes are through the woods.
You have so many cards in hand.
I will play the island.
Yes.
And then I will play a slime against humanity. Woohoo! Slime me up, Buttercup.
So that's 7. I gain a life.
And then I will slime against humanity.
That's
More
8.
slimes.
I gain a life.
And then you will take 6. It's your turn.
My chances are looking worse and worse. And impact trimmers?
Okay.
I figured that would be okay. These are attacking with trample,
They do.
and I am currently dead to them.
You are.
I'll let you do your thing.
You never know.
You never know.
You squeeze fog into decks,
It's beautiful,
but I will try.
but it's not my deck. I died. Next game.
For game 3, I might want to put in the Lawrence Weird again because we are really shy on green sources, but apparently it's not that bad if we draw a lot of counter spells to get the green source later, and I really want the density of counter spells and a lot of oozes because our ooze cards should be still very big, so I think it's fine like this.
I go first. I'll play forest. and a Utopia Sprawl, making this tap for red.
I will draw. I play a Tangled Island, which is a forest in an island. Go.
On tap, I'll draw. I will tap for green and red. Play Utopia Sprawl for white. This taps for Naya now. Play a mountain and a Reckless Impulse,
Oh.
which will exile the top 2 cards in my library. Ooh, pretty good, I'd say. I can't play these now, but I can next turn. If you keep up blue,
What you gonna do? Not play it?
we'll see. I'll pass the turn. That's a problem for future Carl.
Future car already sounds annoying. I will play a forest island tap. and
Ooh, I
pass the turn.
love it! I'll untap, I'll draw, I'll float Naya. I'll play the Amigo. Voila.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
And then I'll play this Gruel Turf, which will bounce this mountain back to my hand. And then I play my land swap past you. And this is safely on the board. Yeah, you can play your mental note.
I'll cast a Thought Scour, which reveals a Thought Scour and a Mental Note. Well. Well. Let's go.
Go. Huh. I'll play mountain. So do I play around Spell Pierce? Or do I try to get my own counter spell? How many Spell Pierces do you play?
14 million.
That's too many.
Then 2.
Talib could have some counter spells here, and it would be pretty bad if my Presence of Gond was countered. But sometimes when your card just reads win the game, the upside to playing it and running into a counter spell is so high if ever it does resolve compared to the downside of it getting countered. I have other outs, I have other things, I have other cards in my hands, but just potentially winning the game on the spot here is worth so much that we're just gonna go for it. He might have a counter spell. So I will attempt to see if this works. I'll put a Presence of Gond on the stack.
It resolves.
It'll be targeting my Midnight card.
It resolves.
In that case, I think my best odds are to just hope I hit a Pyroblast on the top of the library. I'll attempt to cast a Reckless Impulse.
It resolves. Yonka.
Yoink! What could you have? You're either just kaput, or do you have... You're playing green? Do you play Naturalize? I'll pass.
I will draw. Ah, that's unfortunate.
Is it Naturalize?
Well, I have to discard. I can't play anything. Oh, can I discard?
End of your turn. I would like to make a L. Is this really just how it ends? Am I just gonna make some L's now on turn 4?
That resolves.
This untaps my Midnight card.
Before the trigger actually resolves,
Of untapping.
I would like to cast a Storine Heart. So it has a weird wording, but it basically just says destroy all auras.
That's basically Naturalize for nerds.
Basically, yeah. So it destroys the presence and the 2 Utopia Spells.
These are gone.
Then you may untap your Midnight Guard. Unfortunately now,
It doesn't do much. I may put these elves away.
I cannot discard.
Oh,
But
unfortunately.
it is a very pretty hand. 5.
Well, this is slightly unfortunate, I will say. I will Reckless Impulse.
Okay.
Those are not bad.
Ugh. Now I play a slime just for get +1/+1 for the future.
I will Explore.
Yeah.
I may play an additional land.
Yes.
I'll play this. This brings this mountain back. I will play this mountain.
I'm bringing mountain back.
Yeah! I'll attack for 3.
First damage.
And then, this Pyroblast like that.
You could play it for nothing.
I'd rather not. I need a target.
No, you don't. Draw.
Yep. Play your ooze.
Well, draw a card.
If it's an ooze, what do I win?
It's slime against humanity.
It is!
I'm a magician.
So it's a 1/1?
Yeah, a 2/2. Please.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Don't cut me short of my oozes.
I'll untap. Ooh, I currently don't have a white. I'll draw. I'll put an Abundant Growth on this mountain. I'll draw a card. I'll play a Ren's Resolve. Exiling the top 2 cards of my library. I'll play land and tap these 3 for a Presence of Gond on my Midnight card. I could also do it on my... No, I have to do it here. My Journey to Nowhere is exiled. I'll pass the turn.
I want to draw. Look, I have bad news.
Are you going to play another Ooze? If you have another one of these dorky Naturalizes, I swear. Do you?
I will Island Cycle.
Yes. I'm not scared of that.
I'll get the island. And then, unfortunately, I have to pass it.
I will tap this to create an elf.
That resolves.
I will untap my Midnight Guard.
He saw it.
I saw through the play by taking the game action. I will tap it to make an elf.
Yes.
I'll make this many elves.
How many are those?
Do you want to count them?
No, you tell
It'll
me.
untap my Midnight Guard.
You tell me.
81. More or less?
Way less.
23.
Way more.
I'm bad at counting, Todd.
Okay, well.
I will draw. I will attack with my 27 elves.
This is like arena. It's like.
Oh, I crashed.
It's like arena. Turns out, oozes are sometimes still too slow.
Sometimes they snooze. Yeah, that's how you snooze. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. It really helps us grow the channel. And we'll keep our eye out for your next Pauper decks.
The creator said oozes go brrr,
Yeah.
but that is kind of weird because
Oozes don't go boom.
they go nothing, except maybe they ate like a lawnmower. Do oozes make sound?
I've never met an ooze. I've not had the pleasure.